Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. In this video we're going to show you how to change out the Whirlpool Refrigerator Evaporator Fan Motor. It's going to be a very easy repair and should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the new evaporator fan motor. The evaporator fan motor circulates the cold air through the refrigerator. The main reason you'll be changing it out is if it's failed and the fresh food section is getting warm. To get to the part, we have to open up the freezer door. Now that we have the door open, we can reach in and take out all the baskets and shelves so we can take off the back panel. But first we have to take off the light lens and take out the light bulb so we don't damage it when we're taking the back panel out. Our light lens is missing, but all you have to do is take out this upper screw with a Phillips head screwdriver and lift it off. Once you have it out of the way, you can unscrew the light bulb counterclockwise and pull it out. And then we can take out the shelves in the basket. All you have to do is pull the shelves out till they stop, then lift up on the fronts and pull them out the rest of the way. Once you have them out, you can set them all aside. Now we're going to take the rails off to give us more room to take the back panel off. We're just going to remove the two on the right. We're going to use our Phillips screwdriver to take the screws out. Now we can use the 1/4" nut driver to take out the screws that hold the back panel on. Now that we have all the screws out, we can take the back panel out. We have to lift it off these two mounting tabs right here. So we're going to reach down and grab the bottom and lift up on it so it comes off the tabs. Once you have the tabs off, get the upper part out. And then pull the right side out and out of the freezer. With the back panel off, we can reach in and take the wires off the fan motor. This one has a locking tab on it. You just have to lift up on it and then separate the two halves. Then we have to take the ground wire off. We're going to use a needle nose pliers to reach in and pull it off. Might be on there a little tight, so just wiggle it and get it off. Once you have that off, we can pull the fan blade off. Just have to reach up and grab it and pull it off the shaft. So make sure you grab it by the hub. It would damage the blades. And you can set that aside. Then we have to remove this bracket from the white bracket so we can remove the motor. So we're going to have to lift up on it and then push in so this locking tab releases. Once you have it released, you can let it go. And then lift up and do the same thing on the other side. You can pull the bracket out. You want to make sure that the grommet is in place so that when we put it back together, it's there. If it's stuck on the motor, you can pull it off the motor. And then we can pull the motor out of the upper bracket. Same thing with this upper grommet. If it comes out with the motor, you want to take it off the motor and leave it here so we can put it onto the new motor before we put it in. Once you have everything off the evaporator fan motor, you can pull it out of the freezer. Here's the old evaporator fan motor next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. To put the new evaporator fan motor in, we're going to have to put the grommet on before we mount it. You just have to push it down onto the motor. And then we can push the motor into its mounting spot. You want to make sure the ground terminal is in the front so we can put the ground wire on once we have it installed. Once you're ready, you can lift it up into place. Once you have the evaporator fan motor pushed all the way up, we can put the lower bracket on. You want to make sure that the bracket in the back hooks over the frame back here. Once you have it in place, then you want to make sure that the motor goes into the grommet opening. And then we're going to hook this over the bracket in the front, once you have everything in place and lined up. Once you have the motor secure, you can put the fan blade on. You want to mount it the same way it was. Just push it all the way down until it bottoms out. Once you have the fan blade on, we can reconnect the wires. Just going to use our needle nose pliers to reconnect the ground wire. Once you have the ground wire connected, we can grab the wire harness plug. It can only go on one way, so make sure it locks together with the other end so you get a good connection. Now that we have the wiring harness installed, we can put the back panel back in the freezer. To put the back panel on, we're just going to carefully feed the left side in first. And then we have to lift it up so we can get this top underneath the lip. You may have to flex it a little bit. Once you have it in place, you can let the bottom half go. We have to get these plastic tabs coming through the opening. If you have to, you can use a small flathead screwdriver to get them to pop out. Once you have the tabs out, you can push the lower half in, and then we can use the 1/4-inch nut driver to put the screws in. Now that we have the back panel on, we can put the rails on the right side. To put the rails in, we're going to put one of the screws in the back first, and then line that up and start to screw it in with the Phillips head screwdriver. We're not going to tighten it down all the way. We're just going to get it started. We can lift the rail up and line it up, get the front screws started, and then tighten them both down. Now that we have both rails in, we can put the basket and the shelves in. To put these back in, all you have to do is line them up with the rails and push them all the way in. Now that we have the shelves in, we can put the light bulb and the cover back in. To put the light bulb in, all you have to do is screw it clockwise into the socket. Once you have it in place, you can put your light cover on and tighten down the screw. Once you have everything put back together, you can close the freezer door, plug it back in, and make sure it starts to cool. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.